Okay, so remember Miss Past Life who told me how she died and was like trying to rob me blind with my permission and trying to get me to give her everything and sell her everything for nothing. She tried a lot to get me to sell her this little dog thing that my sister had specifically made for me while she was living in the Philippines as a replica of my puppy at the time, who then lived with me to be older than a puppy and was 17 when I put her down. Like, that was my freaking child. No, you do not get my Marty replica, wooden replica. Anyway, she's moving in here. Yay, fun. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, she absolutely hated me when I first moved in the last place where we lived together because I was young and beautiful and she was jealous, and I'm like, that's really not something you should be jealous of. It's really not. I live in a fucking nursing home. Okay, but I'm gonna read another poem from The Wisdom of Poetry. Actually, I'm not gonna read a poem. I'm gonna read the introduction of it. From The Wisdom of Poetry, the introduction. A million dreams run away from places like Iowa and Illinois to end up in Los Angeles or New York. A million dreams are shattered, both on the edges and in the middle. Live on the edge, they say. Is it really better out there? It's not so bad in the middle. People bring you casserole when you're sick, but you run anyway. What are you running from? What are you running to? Oh, man, my arm hurts. Yeah, from spraining it last week, 2 weeks ago, however long ago. Gotta do a different angle because it really hurts. Okay. What are you running to? You don't know the answer to either. So you take all the bits of precious you can carry and you run. But your most precious possession is the words inside you that make up the poetry that helps you run. Poetry heals the broken heart, explains the poverty away. A certain level of poverty and dreamlessness push one's germ phobia to the side, and also one's morals. But poetry explains it all away. It justifies it. It makes the hard life something to envy. It makes the fears more tangible, and therefore more conquerable. It turns loneliness and fear into words. Words that swirl around like snow in a blizzard. You try to catch a few to make sense of the storm. You put them on paper and breathe life into them. You turn your regrets into words and store them up. Sometimes it takes the bitterness away. Poetry explains the perfect picket fence and the white carriage and all the fairy tales in between. It allows you to be someone else, anyone else. It allows you to not want to be anyone else. There is a deep wisdom in poetry. It confines, conforms, expands, explodes. It's different than fiction. In fiction, the characters don't do what you want. They take their own dreams and they run away to the edge of your mind, where you have no control. Maybe life is better on the edge, for the character. But in poetry, you are the character. You take your words and you run away to the edge of your mind, where you still have no control. You take the storm raging inside of you and catch a few words of the blizzard. You try to control the events of the blizzard, but you're really just along for the ride. By building a sled made up of words that heal, direct, hurt, or help, you have some control, even out here at the edge of your mind. You tell yourself everything will be okay. By putting it on paper, you tell the world that everything will be okay. You begin to dream again. You become a character. You begin to think differently. This isn't you, but it is. Your words float around. Words repair shattered dreams and hopes. Words almost repair shattered lives and families. A million dreams run away. A million words float around like snow in a blizzard. They help us believe in something again when we think we've lost all hope. They help us believe in ourselves again when we want to lose all hope. There is a deep wisdom in poetry.